Okay, so I thought it would be kind of fun to do a bit of a Q&A, everything you need to know about me. And what I've done is I basically Googled the most common get to know you kind of questions and I've written them down. I have 100 questions. So let's get into it. Question number one, what is your name? Well, see, here's the funny thing. On this channel, I call myself Tom. There was a Swedish channel. I call myself Tommy. And I suppose that my wife, my friends call me Thomas, but my father calls me Tomek. My mom calls me Tomush. And if you look at the passport, it's actually none of that. It's actually Tomasz, Tomasz, which is weird. I never use it. How old are you? So I was born in 1981, so I think I'm like 41 or 42, something like that. I don't know. After you turn 18, you just stop counting. You know what I mean? Where do you live? In the south of Sweden, in a town called Helsingborg. I used to live in Stockholm most of my life, and I was actually born in Poland. Are you married? Yes, I'm married to a girl called Sarah. And we've been together now for a couple of years. We've been married for 10 years, dated a couple of years before that. So yeah, we've been together for quite some time. Do you have kids? No, we do not have kids. We thought about it. We considered having kids at one point, but we just realized that we would just be awful parents. So we just decided to, no, we're not going to play the whole parent game. Do you live in a house or an apartment? So we live in a house. I should really do like a studio tour and a house tour and stuff like that. But yeah, I live in a house. It's been a long dream of mine to, live in a house. So I'm very happy and feel very fortunate to be able to do so. What do you do for a living? So I work as a consultant. I mean, I want the answer to be I'm a full-time YouTuber, content creator, but the truth is I actually work as a consultant. So what I do is I actually go to these different companies and I help out wherever they need to. Like it could be purchase and acquisition. It can be supply chain management, really boring stuff. I take no pleasure in my day job whatsoever. What education background do you have? Right, so early on I was into natural science, and then at the university I was studying economics, business administration, so I do have a university degree. That feels like a waste of time. I made videos about this, but yeah, that's my educational background. Do you have pets? So currently we only have one cat. We used to have 3 cats, and there is actually a new pet on its way to us. So there's going to be more pets here, and we're definitely going to have more cats. How tall are you? Right, so I'm 180 centimeters. That's 5'10" if I Googled and I sort of asked for translation because we think in centimeters and meters here in Europe. But yeah, 5'10". Where are you born? Right, so I think I sort of answered that question before. I was born in Poland in a town called Warsaw. It's actually the capital of Poland. Fun fact, it was actually a Swedish king that was once king over Sweden and Poland that decided to move the capital from Krakow to Warsaw because it was closer to Sweden. Do you wear glasses or contact lenses? Well, obviously I'm wearing glasses, and I've tried contact lenses. I wish I could use contact lenses, but I can't. Like, my eyes just itch and can't stand contact lenses. I've tried different types of contact lenses, different brands and stuff like that. I'm not comfortable wearing contact lenses. And I wear glasses because I have something called astigmatism. It's basically a blurry vision. So I can see everything. It's just kind of blurry, especially straight edges. What word best describes you? Okay, so judging from the next question, I suppose this one is more like how I would describe myself. So I would say that the word that describes me is philosophical. Yeah. That's, I think a lot. And how would your friends describe you? Over analytical, for sure. Maybe funny, I'm not sure. Where do you stand in politics? Right, so this is an interesting topic, and I've done some videos on this topic. So politically, I think that the whole political arena is a big scam, and it's really just the idea is to polarize different people to get votes and power. And I'm not really much into that polarizing game of politics. But if I was to give you where you would put me sort of on a scale from left to right, I suppose I lean more towards the right. But honestly, I don't care if we live in a socialism type of world or a capitalism type of world. I really don't care. I'm not going to play that game. I'm going to make more videos about this, but I'm trying to stay out of politics, and I try not to vote, but somehow I get pressured into voting every single time. So yeah. Do you play any instruments? Yeah, so when I was a kid, I did take flute lessons. Wasn't very good at it. And then I did take piano lessons. Basically, my family discovered that I didn't really have a musical bone. Is that the right expression? Me and music, like I like to create music on a computer, use beats and using different types of software. But when it comes to instruments, I would say no, I don't play any instruments. Do you have any hidden talents? Yes, I do have one very interesting hidden talent: movie trivia. So when I was like really bored a couple of years ago, I was just very interested in movies, and I read a lot on emdb.com. And I just read a lot of movie trivia. And so I have memorized these insane amounts of information, like pointless information, like what year a movie was created, like Jurassic Park, 1993. Like I have it all memorized for some strange reason. You can show me a frame of a movie and I'll tell you exactly which movie it is. And I can tell you a lot of trivia about that movie. So yeah, a lot of information about actors, directors, music components. I've got a lot of useless information in my head. It's weird, I know. What do you eat in the morning? Yeah, so I used to eat like sandwiches, just bread and butter and cheese, right? But recently I'm trying to lower my weight, so I started eating these low-cal bars to get more control. So for both lunch and breakfast, I eat these low-cal bars. It's going quite well actually, but on Saturdays, always waffles. I love waffles. What is your favorite meal of the day? I would say like dinner, in the evening after a long days of hard work and just eating low-calorie bars. Yeah, I really look forward to dinner and having a nice meal and then just relaxing on the couch. Love that stuff. Favorite color? So this is normally a question you ask kids. Like grown-ups, we're kind of boring. We don't actually have favorite colors. But for me, it's always been like navy blue, like dark bluish. That's like sort of like this color, but it can even be a bit darker. When I buy clothes, it's usually like dark blue for some reason. Favorite number? 8. Just because. I don't know why. Favorite day of the week? I think it's Thursdays, actually. Most people say Fridays or Saturdays, but Thursdays is like, it's just so nice that you know that tomorrow it's Friday and then it's the weekend. So Thursdays, I'm just in this really great mood, this week is almost over. Favorite month? I'm gonna go with, it's a tough one. It's July or December. I really like July and December, but it's hard to pick. Favorite season of the year? Yeah, so it used to be winter. I grew up more up north in Stockholm, the capital of Sweden. And there you have like real winters with like real snow. Here in the south of Sweden, the snow is pathetic. So no, I would no longer consider winter to be my favorite season of the year. I think autumn can be quite lovely and beautiful here. It's still kind of hot from summer and you get these really nice red and yellow colors in nature, and I really like that. Yeah. Favorite movie? Oh gosh, I would really like to name a couple of movies because just picking one favorite movie is very difficult. So I would say it's Blue Jay, Lost in Translation, and The Departed. Favorite type of movies? So interestingly enough, recently I'm more into like really slow dramatic movies like Blue Jay or Lost in Translation, or The Fundamentals of Caring is another good one. Like I like these really slow movies with some depth to it. Yeah, that's what I would say is my favorite type of movie. It used to be action movies, not gonna lie, but yeah, recently it's that. Favorite actor? Very difficult because there's so many interesting actors out there. If I have to pick like one favorite, then that would be, I suppose currently it's Daniel Craig, because I'm really into rewatching the latest Bond movies. So I suppose that's who I would pick. Favorite book? That would be Girl Interrupted or Prozac Nation or Fight Club. One of those three books. Very difficult to pick just one of them. The book I've read the most, however, is Girl Interrupted. If you've seen the movie, it's based on the book. It's a very cool story. Something that I sort of identify with. Favorite type of music? So I don't have a favorite type of music. Like, I think, like if you look at the playlist that I create on Spotify, I have some rap songs for nostalgic reasons. I have some rock music. I have some pop music. So you can have a little bit of Justin Timberlake. You can have some Prodigy. You can have Korn. Like my taste in music is very strange, I suppose. I just like pretty much anything. But recently I've also discovered that I don't really like music anymore. Not as much, at least. I can listen to it, but it doesn't move me the way it used to. Favorite music artist? Well, the first music artist that comes to mind... Oof, this is so difficult. Like, I don't really know if I have an artist where I liked all the songs. Like, you know, there's a lot of cool artists out there. I love their music, but not all their music. Like, Korn is a good example. There are certain songs that are just amazing, but like 99% of it is just garbage. No offense. Like, and if I pick an artist where I like all the songs, it would be The Sundays. It's a British music group. Check it out, The Sundays. Favorite food? Oh, that's easy. Pizza. Love pizza. Always really loved pizza, and I still really do. Favorite drink? So if we're talking about alcohol, I'm like a small shot of Jägermeister is enough to keep me happy. Maybe a gin and tonic is nice. If we're talking about like beverages, I do have a cup of coffee here, and I don't have milk in my coffee, but I do actually do something very strange. But I have actually met other people who are like me. I have a little bit of water in my coffee because I don't like my coffee to be hot. Favorite sports team? Yeah, I don't watch sports. I never have. I've never had a favorite sports team. I don't put much stock into that entire world of sports. Favorite video game? So my favorite video game of all time is Zelda Breath of the Wild. That came out in 2017, which still is amazing. I still play it. It's easily the best game I've ever played, and I'm looking forward to the sequel. It's being released now in May, actually in a couple of days, so it's cool. Favorite holiday? That would be Christmas. Favorite YouTuber? Yeah, so every year I do make like a top 3 YouTubers, my personal choices. Right now, currently, it will be this guy called Casey Stern. He has 2 channels, Camera Conspiracies and Vegetable Police. I would say that's my favorite YouTuber right now. Favorite car? I've never been much into cars, so I really don't have an answer for that. I really don't care. If you can get from A to B, that's my favorite car. What are your hobbies? Ooh, well, it would obviously be this, making YouTube videos. I do enjoy playing a little bit of video games, you know, just to relax. I do enjoy watching movies. I do enjoy, recently I picked up this new hobby where I enjoy making bread, my own bread. It's weird, but I like to do it. There's something very zen about making your own bread. And I suppose I do like to take long walks on the beach and in the forests. So yeah, pretty simple life. I like it though. What did you want to be when you were a kid? I wanted to be a scientist. Yeah, a scientist or a doctor. That's what I wanted to be. If money was no object, what would you do all day? I would making YouTube videos. Cats or dogs? Yeah, so I've always been a cat person. I don't have any problems with dogs. I just think that they're just so much more work, and I don't like their barking. Cats, definitely cats. Do you have any phobias? Like things that I'm afraid of? Yeah, so I have a fear of flying. You could put me on an airplane, but I would not enjoy the entire ride. I'm almost like in a state of panic shock the entire flight. I hate flying, and I suppose it's not that bad because you can actually put me on a plane, but I really, really hate it. Like if I can avoid it, then I do it. I hate flying. But other than that, I don't have any fears of like spiders or ghosts or anything like that. Coffee or tea? Definitely coffee. I used to drink tea, but no, it's definitely coffee. Who is your idol? Well, I like people who aren't afraid to speak their minds. So I could mention people like Gary Vee or Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, people who will speak their mind even if they're not popular opinions, So there is a part of me that actually likes Andrew Tate out of that aspect, but in general, I don't like Andrew Tate, but I like the fact that he isn't afraid to speak his mind, so I like that about him. Who is your favorite person in the world? Well, it would obviously be my wife. She's a really special person, and she's my best friend. We're very different politically speaking. And sometimes we do argue, but I mean, we've been living together for 10 years, and I can't imagine spending my life with anyone else but her. So, yeah. Favorite subject in school? I like to draw. Drawing and drama class. That's what I enjoyed the most. How many hours per night do you sleep? Like 5 or 6 hours. I can't really sleep any more than that. Favorite TV show ever? I want to say Breaking Bad, but yeah, let's go with that. Let's go Breaking Bad. Hamburger or pizza? Pizza, come on. But I do like hamburgers too. Introvert or extrovert? Definitely introvert. I have no problems being on my own. Favorite snack? I suppose it's like cheese doodles and corn chips, Doritos, stuff like that. But I haven't actually had either in like 6 months. I'm really into exercising right now, and I don't know. I don't feel a strong urge for snacks anymore. Oh, and by the way, I really don't eat candy, like ever. I don't enjoy sweet stuff, like cake or cookies. I can eat a cookie, it's okay, but if I had to pick, I would rather have a bunch of potato chips. This is fun, actually. Beer or wine? Beer. Do you believe in ghosts? I've seen a ghost. I'll make a video about it sometime. Do you believe in God? That is a very tricky question. So religiously, I was brought up Catholic. Pretty much all Polish people are. So I used to go like church and Sunday school and stuff like that. As a kid, you don't really have much choice. You just believe in whatever your parents believe in. And when I started to grow up, I started to question a couple of things. And today I consider myself an agnostic in the sense that I have no idea and I'm totally fine with it. I don't really need to answer the question yes or no. I'm totally fine with just saying, I don't know. I don't know if I believe. I don't know if there is a God. Do you believe that aliens exist? I really do. Yeah, definitely. Do you have tattoos? Nope. I would love to have a tattoo. My problem with tattoos is that as a creative person, something beautiful for me is only beautiful for a moment in time, and then it just looks boring. So if I was to get like a tattoo on my arm today, I could easily pick a motif that I would find very beautiful or nice or very cool or whatever. But I just know that there is no tattoo in the world that I would still enjoy watching after 10 years. So that's why I don't have tattoos. What would you tell yourself when you were younger? So much. I would tell my younger self to stop pleasing everyone else. Parents, teachers, friends, and focus more on what you want or what I want. What is your earliest memory? So this is a funny one because I actually do have a memory of my first birthday. I'm not going to go into much details about it, but the problem with that first memory is I thought about that first so many times that I think that the memory has sort of disappeared and turned into a story in my head. I like what I'm trying to say is that I don't really have a clear memory. I just know that I once had that memory. Like when I was 10 or 15 years old, I could still like really see it clearly in my head, but now it's like a memory of a memory, if that makes sense. Are you allergic to anything? Are you kidding me? I'm allergic to so many things. So first of all, it will be birch pollen, which I've been vaccinated for, and I'd say that I'm like 70% cured. I should make a sequel to that video about how I got a cure for allergies. I'm allergic to pretty much all nuts, all fruits. I'm not kidding, all fruits. And some vegetables. Yeah, it sucks. iPhone or Android? Definitely iPhone. I'm actually recording this video with an iPhone. PC or Mac? Definitely a Mac. I used to be a PC person and I used to hate Mac computers, but now it's like Mac all the way. Can you sing? No, I wish I could, but no. Just no. Have you ever broken a bone? Just once. I was about 6 years old. I broke my collarbone. This big fat kid jumped on me and broke my collarbone. Favorite travel location? Ooh, this sort of depends on how you mean. Like the most beautiful place I've ever seen is Florence in Italy. That was definitely the most beautiful place I've ever seen. Favorite travel location? Like I don't really travel too much. I used to travel when I was a kid with my mom like all the time, but now I don't really have like a favorite travel location. I like to take these long hiking walks with my wife just locally here in Sweden. So I suppose my favorite local destination would be the beach. We actually do have a beach not far from here. Sometimes I make videos there. So yeah, that's probably my favorite place. Are you a morning person or a night person? So I don't have any problems getting up early in the morning. I can be grouchy for about 10 minutes, but then I'm totally fine. But I would definitely say that I'm a night person. I like to stay up late. I like to, I like when it's like quiet around me at around midnight. Have you ever been arrested? No. This might sound corny, but I'm actually very proud that I've never been arrested. Makes me feel like a good citizen. What is your favorite smartphone app? Notes. Use it all the time. If you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be? I would like to have dinner with Michael Jackson. It will be fun to talk with the guy. What kind of exercise do you do? So currently, I made a video a couple of weeks ago about me needing to lose weight. So I've sort of hit rock bottom and I really have to exercise. Like at my age, you just have to do it. So I do weightlifting at home 5 times a week, which is pretty good actually. It's working out great. I'm not the person that normally enjoys workouts, but that's what I have to do. So I just do it. Have you ever met a celebrity? The most famous person I've ever met, probably someone you've never heard of, is Sir Peter Ustinov. He actually won an Academy Award. If you don't know who that is, it's like an actor who played in a lot of movies in like the 50s and 60s and 70s. A very good actor. It's a long story how I met him, but yeah, I did. Are you more like your mom or your dad? I definitely see that I have traits from both of them. I couldn't say who I'm more like. Like I have this oversensitivity thing that my dad has, and I definitely do have a bit of a temper like my mom has. How many girlfriends have you had? It's not a lot. It's not like I've never really considered myself a player or anything like that. I think like serious relationships, maybe like 4 girlfriends. Who would play you in a movie about you? Johnny Depp. Do you prefer cold or warm weather? My body feels the best when it's cold, and I really do enjoy warm weather. I just don't like it when it's like really hot, like the middle of July. It's like really hot. It's too hot to even go outside. I don't like that type of weather, but warm is kind of nice when you can wear like really light clothes. Yeah, that's what I enjoy. What makes you angry? When my wife forgets to put the dishes in the dishwasher. Annoys me like... What makes you happy? I'm gonna go with YouTube on this one. I really enjoy making YouTube videos. It's really that simple. I enjoy taking walks on the beach. That makes me very happy. I enjoy spending time with my wife. That makes me happy. I enjoy freedom and a sense of calmness. That makes me happy. Describe a perfect day. Okay, I get up, I make a couple of YouTube videos, and then I go and take a long walk on the beach. Then I go home, eat lunch, get a power nap for 30 minutes. Then I get up, play some video games, work a little bit on YouTube, like, create some thumbnails or stuff like that, have dinner with my wife, watch a nice movie in the evening, maybe end the day with a Jägermeister shot. Yeah, that's a perfect day for me. Have you ever done drugs? Do you like roller coasters? I hate roller coasters, okay? Are you a clean or a messy person? I want to say clean compared to my wife, who just leaves everything everywhere. Like I can sometimes have a bit of a messy room, but I'm pretty quick to clean it up. So I would say I'm more of a clean person. Is your glass half full or half empty? So I never understood this question. It doesn't really matter if it's half full or half empty. Do you collect anything? Two things actually. I have a collection of the first iPhones that were ever released, like the original iPhone and iPhone 3G, iPhone 3GS, iPhone 4. Like I have all of them as a collection. And then the second thing that I collect is G.I. Joe action figures from the 80s. And it's not like I have mint condition boxed in things. I just have the toys themselves just for nostalgic reasons, because these were the toys that I grew up with. So yeah, I collect those. Biggest mistake you ever did? I think it was, this is actually an easy one. So when I was finished with high school, I had to pick sort of a subject, a direction that I was going to go with. And most of my friends were into natural science, math, chemistry, biology. And I wasn't very good at those subjects, but because my friends picked that direction, I sort of wanted to tag along. And it was definitely the biggest mistake I've ever done. I am definitely more of a creative person. If anything, I should have gone with more humanistic subjects, like history, geography, stuff like that. But going into like natural science, that was a huge mistake in my life. If you could go back in time, what year and why? So I'm assuming with the question that it would be something like just visit for a day, right? So it's not like I can bring back like sports results, do like a little bit of a back to the future, try to monetize my time travel experience. So if we're talking about just one day, it will probably be just visiting my childhood, maybe Christmas when I was 10 years old, spending a Christmas with my grandparents, my parents, when I was just a kid. That would have been something. If you were a superhero, what powers would you have? So the superhero that I've mostly been fascinated with is, I think he's called Quicksilver. It's the one who can sort of like, he's like really fast. It's sort of like time stops when he moves. He's like really, really fast. I think that would be a very cool ability to have. What is your life motto? Enjoy it while it lasts. Favorite sandwich? Does pizza count? If you were a ruler of your own country, what would be the first law you would introduce? Yeah, so I would decide that there are some paths for dog owners and some paths where dogs are not allowed. And it's not that I have anything against dogs or dog people. It's just that sometimes when I'm walking on a path in the forest, somebody comes along with a dog, and I don't know if that dog will bite me if I get close to it. So I have to sort of jump off the road because this dog person doesn't know that I'm afraid of dogs, or I'm not afraid of dogs, but dogs that I haven't met, that I don't know their mentality, because I've actually been bitten twice by a dog. So, just because it's on a leash, it can still bite you. Actually, those two times when I was bitten, it was by a dog in a leash. So yeah, that would be the first law I would introduce. What was your first job? I remember I was 13 or 14. I worked in a bookstore, and I actually had 40% discount on books when I worked there. Didn't pay a lot, but I did have that discount. How many languages do you speak? So I made a video about this. I think I was sort of embellishing it, but yeah, okay. So it's obviously English, Swedish, Polish, and a little bit of German. Yeah. Who knows you the best? I mean, it's not a mystery. It's obviously my wife. We've been together for a really long time. She definitely knows me the best. What is your biggest accomplishment? This is gonna sound corny, but my biggest accomplishment in life was finding the person who would be my wife. Like, I'm all about family and all about just being with her. She completes my life in so many ways. If I didn't have YouTube, if I didn't have a career, if I didn't have any of my fancy cameras, as long as I would have her, I would be happy. That's all I need in life. What is your biggest strength? So I see the world a bit differently than most people. I can look at a pandemic and look at the stats and feel calm about it, where most people will just react to the news and feel fear for their lives. I think I have a bit more of a relaxed perspective on life, if that makes sense. What personality type are you? So I am an INTJ, and I'm gonna make a video about this. I swear, as soon as I have the time, I'll make a video about this. But yeah, that's my personality type. Who is your best friend? Definitely my wife. It's just the way it is. What is the craziest thing you've ever done? Yeah, I'm not gonna share that here. Sorry. What song do you want on your funeral? Ooh. I would go with Lost Art of Murder by the Baby Shambles. What happens after death? I really, really don't know. If you want to know what I think happens after death, whether we go to some afterlife, living on a cloud, or if absolutely nothing happens, I have no idea. I'm really hoping that there is something, but I've really not seen any evidence or anything that will make me feel or think that there is something after life. I'm leaning towards that nothing happens after death, but I really hope that I'm wrong there. How would you like to go? Quick or slow? This is actually a good question. This is actually a very, very good question. That's why I picked it. I would want to go slow. If I could decide, I would like to have a disease, like lung cancer or something. I know it's painful, I'm not saying that it's like an easy way to go. That's not what I'm saying at all. But the point is that if it was like a quick thing, like, the roof would just fall on my head, I wouldn't have time to, make a video for my funeral or say goodbye to people I love. And I just think like with a deadly disease, if a doctor told me, you have 6 months to live or 3 months to live, then it would be like perfect, just what I wanted. Is there anything you would want to change about yourself? And this is the final question. Yeah, I don't want to go into too much details, but I do have some stomach issues, like a very sour stomach, acid reflux and stuff like that. I wish I could find a way to cure myself of that, and I've been looking, but it's not easy. There's just these pills and stuff, but I wish there was like a healing diet that I could try out or something. But yeah, healing my stomach, that's the one thing I would change about myself. Okay, that was the little Q&A. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any more questions, just put it in the comments section and I'll get back to you. Okay, take care. Bye.